There's something strange that happens to traders when things finally start going well. Something quiet. Something subtle. Something that creeps in like a shadow under the door. It doesn't show up when you're losing. It doesn't show up when you're desperate. It doesn't even show up when you're confused or uncertain. It shows up when you're getting it right. When you've been disciplined. When your setups are clean. When your patience is strong. When you're finally building consistency. That's when it hits. That's when the sabotage begins. It's one of the darkest secrets in trading, and most traders don't even know it's happening. They think they're self-disciplined. They think they're focused. They think they're finally becoming the trader they always wanted to be. And then, out of nowhere, something breaks. Something slips. Something inside them turns on them like a hidden enemy waking up from a long sleep. And before they know it, they're destroying everything they built. Not because they're unlucky. Not because the market changed. Not because their strategy failed. Because they couldn't handle being right. People always talk about fearing losses. But no one talks about fearing success. No one talks about the panic that hits you when things are working. No one talks about the weight of expectations that rise the moment you start winning. No one talks about how terrifying it feels to realize you have something real to lose. A losing trader has nothing to protect. A winning trader does. And that pressure crushes people. I remember a period in my career where I was performing better than I ever had. Every setup was clean. Every risk was controlled. Every trade was calm. I wasn't forcing anything. I wasn't chasing anything. I wasn't reacting emotionally. I was trading with clarity, precision, and confidence. And then, one day, something shifted. Not in the market. Not in my strategy. In me. It started with a thought, one simple thought. What if I mess this up? And that thought spread like poison. Suddenly, every decision felt heavier. Suddenly, every setup felt more important. Suddenly, discipline didn't feel natural, it felt fragile. I wasn't trading the chart anymore. I was trading the fear of losing the trader I had been for the past few weeks. And that fear turned into tension. That tension turned into hesitation. That hesitation turned into mistakes. And those mistakes turned into self-destruction. Within days, I wiped out weeks of progress. Not because I lacked skill. Because I lacked the identity of someone who could maintain success. Most traders don't realize this, but the hardest part of trading isn't becoming profitable. It's staying profitable. Because staying profitable requires you to become someone different. Someone your past self has never been. Someone who knows how to hold success instead of sabotage it. You sabotage yourself for three main reasons, though most people only ever see the symptoms, not the causes. The first reason is identity. Your subconscious only allows you to experience the level of success you believe you deserve. If your identity is built on struggle, inconsistency, chaos, and emotional decision-making, then success feels foreign. It feels wrong. It feels unsafe. Your mind will pull you back to the version of yourself it recognizes, even if that version suffers. The second reason is fear. Being wrong when you're losing feels normal. Being wrong when you're winning feels catastrophic. Every decision carries more weight. Every fluctuation feels threatening. Every red candle feels like a warning sign. You start seeing danger in places where there is none. You start imagining disaster. And trading becomes less about executing your edge and more about protecting your fragile confidence. The third reason is pressure. Winning brings expectations. Expectations bring pressure. Pressure breaks traders who haven't built the emotional foundation to handle it. Suddenly, every trade feels like a test. Every moment feels monitored. Every setup feels like a potential downfall. You're no longer trading, they're defending. And defense in trading is the fastest path to destruction. All of these things hide inside you until success wakes them up. I once knew a trader named Owen. Methodical. Logical. Calm. When he was losing, he was strangely composed. But when he started winning, he fell apart. His hands shook more on winning streaks than losing ones. His emotions were louder. His mistakes were bigger. His self-sabotage was immediate. Not because he feared loss, but because he feared the responsibility of maintaining success. He told me something I'll never forget. Being wrong when I'm doing well hurts more than losing money. And he was right. Because failure feels predictable. Success feels fragile. Most traders unconsciously destroy their own progress because progress threatens the version of themselves they've lived with for years. Progress forces them to grow. Progress forces them to evolve. Progress forces them to face the parts of their psychology they've been hiding from. Progress requires a new identity. And the old identity fights back. When I finally understood this, everything changed. I stopped focusing on winning. I stopped focusing on streaks. I stopped focusing on maintaining perfection. I started focusing on becoming the kind of person who could handle success without collapsing. The kind of person who could hold pressure without panicking. The kind of person who could be trusted, with discipline, with clarity, with responsibility. And slowly, everything began to shift. Success stopped feeling like a threat. Winning stopped triggering panic. Consistency stopped feeling like a balancing act. Confidence stopped feeling like a temporary high. Because I wasn't just trading better. I had become better. And now I want you to answer something honestly. Because it might reveal more about your trading than anything else you've heard so far. When things are going well, really well, what emotion hits you first? Anxiety? Pressure? Doubt? Fear of messing up? Feeling like it's too good to be true? Comment below with, I've sabotaged success before. Say it. Own it. Because once you acknowledge it, you can finally change it. If this helped you, like the video and subscribe for more old trading secrets.